Howdy folks, Bluesboyjag here, yet another cigar box guitar lesson on a 4-string RL Burnside. Well, like Mattie, ain't got change of clothes. Well, a fool got run, pull the clothes out door. Oh, black Mattie, ain't got change of clothes. We are tuned to open G. This is a humbucker 4-string cigar box guitar. You can also play this song on a 3-string cigar box guitar relatively easily. Check out my website, Bluesboyjag Cigar Box Guitars, jagshouse.com. I've been making cigar box guitars since 2004. Over 4,000 sold. 1-string, 2-string, 3-string, diddly bows, fretless, 4-string, 6 strings, all sorts of stuff. Dulcimers, dog bowl resonators. Check it out, jagshouse.com. All right, here we go. RL Burnside. So he's got a real funky style. He uses his fingers to slide and to do the picking. And this is tuned to open G. So we've got a G string, A string tuned down to G, a D string tuned down to D, which is normal, G string tuned to G, always tune your G string to G. First string is a B, normal. In other words, a 5th string normally is A tuned down to G. The 4th string is normal D, 3rd string is normal G, 2nd string is normal B. All right, there's only a couple of licks to this song, but there are some improvisational tricks that I'll show you here in a little bit. So the main riff of this song, you're starting on the 1st string, 1st finger, you're sliding up from the 1st fret to the 3rd fret. I'm doing an up pick. I like to use my fingers when I do this, but you can use a pick as well. So what you're doing is you're pausing a split second before you slide up. And then you're doing an up-down strum on the open strings, no fingers whatsoever. And you're choking with the fretting hand as usual. All right, so that's the rest of the main riff. So, 1st finger is on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And I'm strumming all the strings. And then open with a choke in between. I'm choking with that hand. You don't have to choke with that hand, but it sure is a lot easier once you get the hang of it. So I highly recommend that. So what I'm doing is start on the 1st fret, 1st string, slide up to the 3rd fret. So that finger's on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, right here. You can also put it on the 4th string, 3rd fret. You can jump back and forth between the 3rd string and the 4th string because they're both the same notes. Okay, one little word of advice is to make it real choppy. You see how short that chord is? It's choked off almost immediately. That's what makes it real funky. So let's take a look at the strumming hand. All the choking again is with my left hand. You don't have to do it that way. You don't even have to choke, but I really think it sounds a whole lot better if you do. So the strumming hand is just doing this. Notice these fingers flopping around. That means that they're choking. show you that lick. You're doing a pull off from the first string, first fret. And he does a really quick, short pull off, which I think is just really cool. He's not going beetle-a-bum, he's going beetle-dum-bum, 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 beetle-dum-bum. A couple ways you can do this. Use your thumb on the big string and your first finger on the first string, and you do the pull off first. And then you do your thumb on the fourth string. Then I'm doing all the strings. So it's first string, fourth string, then all strings up. So when you do that pull off, I'm going up here to the 8th fret, which is your high G. So you're playing all G notes, or 3 G notes. All right, so real slow. Even slower. Make sure you do a real quick pull off. You don't want to go, you're going to go. All right, so you have 2 parts so far. The main part. Oh, black Mattie, ain't got to change your clothes. Well, the fool got drunk. So that's the main riff, and then you have this other part, which is the second riff. Now remember, you can do individual string picking if you want with your fingers to make some of these notes stand out by themselves, and you can also strum all the strings through that whole riff. So if I do that, I'm doing a real quick flick across all 4. If I do this, I'm only picking that first string, and then I'm hitting the 4th string. Then I'm going up here to the high G. You can also do a harmonic, which is pretty cool. Do that on the 12th fret, so you end up with. All right, let me show you one other thing. I kind of glossed over this earlier. Oops, sorry. What I'm doing here is almost the same riff, but I'm doing the pull off. So that second part, so I'm pulling off that first string like I usually do. Then I'm hitting that bass note like I usually do. Then I'm hitting the second string, which is a G with my first finger. So I'm going beetle-bum-ba-doom. There's just all sorts of permutations that you can take advantage of on this riff and all of RL's riffs. Really funky, really cool. You can kind of experiment and keep that same feel going, that same funky vibe going, but you can change it up a lot. He did that real quick pull off. Instead of, that's another way you can do it. You can mix it up, right? You can do the slow pull off and then the quick pull off. Then you can go up to the harmonic. Change your clothes. Well, the fool heater, fireplace by my bed. A woman I got there, keep me cherry red. Ain't no heater, fireplace by my bed. When he does that riff there, sometimes he just keeps going and going. He doesn't do it any set amount of times. So it's not like 3 every time, 4 every time. Sometimes he does it like 12 times in a row. That part right here. So it's pretty loose. Okay, one more thing. There's yet another way to play this. You get the idea. You can pretty much strum any of these strings. You're tuned to open G. You can't hit a wrong open note. Now, what about improv on this song? One little thing I do, I kind of mix up the main riff. Sorts of permutations. It's the same riff, but you can kind of strum it differently. Now, one thing I've gone over in a lot of my lessons is the muting. For those of you who've been emailing me and asking about the muting, let me show you a little bit about how to do that. I'm muting with the fretting hand, and most of the time when you're playing a 4-string cigar box guitar, you're not using more than 3 fingers at the absolute most on this hand. So a lot of the chords are already there. I mean, notes of the chord are already there because it's tuned open. So the choking with that hand really gives you another really cool funky option. So let's just take that one little section here. And what you want to do is practice doing this up strum, starting on the up. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And the last down is choked. So it's just a click. So you're choking over here. As opposed to, so you're choking that last chord, that last G chord. So what you want to do when you play these RL songs, play the main riff, but then start choking. Also notice I'm accenting that click on the end. I'm not going, I'm going. So the ba-da-da is kind of mellow and the click at the end is pretty loud. There's just all sorts of things you can mess around with. Oh, Black Mattie, ain't got change your clothes. Well, the fool got drunk, clothes outdoors. Thanks for watching. Check out my cigar box guitars, jagshouse.com. It's either in that corner or that corner. I can never remember. 1 string, 2 string, 3 string, 4 string, fretless, 6 strings, all sorts of stuff. Dulcimers, diddly bows, dog bowl resonators since 2004. Also, please subscribe if you like my channel. We'll see you next time.